My next guest says the administration is putting American lives at stake to get Hillary elected, but the idea will backfire. That is a heavy charge. Joining me now is one of 88 generals supporting Donald Trump. He is retired Lieutenant General Tom McInerney. Is action in Mosul, is it really a political move by President Obama?
Well, it could have been done earlier, Liz, and I think that's the important part. You'd still have the same number of Americans at risk by doing it, but I think we should have done it earlier. I have no problem with them having the Iraqis do it. I have no problem with letting them escape the ISIS forces out through the back door, the western door to Raqqa. I mean, that makes sense. There'll be less people in defense of Mosul. I think Mosul will fall pretty quick, I think reasonably, and I think it'll be down by November 8th, which can be a political victory, but it's more a political victory for President Obama than it is for Hillary. Yep. She's responsible, with her as being the architect of the Middle East strategy, for where it is today and why they own it.
Yeah, I mean, ISIS has been in there for 2 years. Your point's well taken that, you know, the forces could have been in there sooner to root them out. You know, now the question, too, let's turn back to the campaign, is whether or not Donald Trump will be a better commander-in-chief than Hillary Clinton. His critics are saying he likes to retaliate, he's too thin-skinned, he overreacts. And what if China, for example, really takes action in the South China Sea? How would a Donald Trump respond to that? What do you think?
Well, that's just what they said about Ronald Reagan, and it has a certain value to it. But the fact is I think as president, he's going to be a very strong president. He's clearly going to rebuild the military, which her economic plan does not allow. And we are now at the lowest forces really down at World War I levels, pre-World War II. And so we need to rebuild our military. We need to rebuild our economy. We need to rebuild our industrial base. She does not plan to do that. I've examined her economic plan very closely and what her plans are. So I think he will make an excellent commander-in-chief.
All right, let's switch gears, General. In a WikiLeaks email, Mrs. Clinton's aide talked about how Hillary should deliver one of her most infamous sound bites from the Benghazi hearing. Remember this?
With all due respect, the fact is we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make?
It turns out that Hillary outbursts, the beginning of it was crafted by an outside PR firm, a campaign consultant. She's pretty well known in the Democrat circles. Her name's Mandy Grunwald. She suggested in an email that Hillary include a phrase from her book, Hard Choices, saying, quote, "I don't mind the backs of dead Americans because we need a bit of moral outrage." The implication is that basically the GOP was capitalizing on the backs of dead Americans. Campaign official Jennifer Palmieri decided against it. General, what do you make of this?
Very hypocritical, Liz. It enrages the people in the military and the retired people because she let those 4 people die, and she is responsible for their murder. That's one of the charges against her, along with espionage for her emails and obstruction of justice for destroying them. There are a whole list of them. But that is what really enrages the retired force, even the active duty force. We left those 4 people behind, and it's become now very evident from that email that it was a very calculated risk what she was doing, and she knew what she was doing about it.
Lieutenant General, thank you so much for your time and for your service to our country. We really appreciate you. Come back again soon.